Hey folks, Keith with CycleFix here today to talk about chains. The chain on your bicycle, easily the most underappreciated component, by far the most neglected component, but I would make the case that it is the most critical component on your bicycle because without one you're not going to go anywhere. So today we're going to talk about chain wear. Chain wear is commonly referred to as stretch. Though your chain doesn't actually stretch, what is happening is the rollers on your chain are wearing, and that is what we are measuring when we look at chain wear. So if you look at a chain, there are four parts of a chain. There's an outer link, there's an inner link, there's a connecting pin, and in the center of the chain there is a roller. And that roller acts like a bearing as it goes over the cassette and the chain rings. And so we've got tools to be able to measure that. So probably my favorite tool for doing that is from Roll-Off, the Caliber 2. This is simply a tool that drops into the top of the chain. They've got two measurements on it, 0.075 and 0.1 millimeters for wear. And so you simply take the tool and drop it into the chain. And if it drops completely into the chain, that's an indicator that the chain needs to be replaced. So with the two measurements, it gives us a window. So we'd like to replace the chain right when it's between those two. So when it drops into the 0.075, but it doesn't quite drop into the 0.1 millimeter measurement, that's kind of that window where we'd like to see that chain replaced. And what that's going to allow us to do is it's going to allow us to replace the chain and use multiple chains on the same cassette and chain ring. It's going to save us money so we don't have to spend so much. Another tool that I have that does kind of a similar job is from Shimano. It's their TL CN42. There again, it's a tool that drops into the chain. It's got the end of it that goes into the chain, it acts like a little spring, and once the rollers wear enough, it doesn't have the tension and it will drop all the way in. So you can see it works in a similar fashion. They don't call it a spec on this as far as the amount of wear that it's measuring, but it is just simply a go, no go gauge. So once it drops all the way in, that's an indicator that we need to replace that chain. So another thing to think about is when we're measuring for chain wear, is it's a good idea to measure in multiple spots because chains don't wear evenly. So you might find that the chain wear indicator drops a little more in a certain part of the chain. And so that way, you know, it might drop all the way in here, but across the chain over here, it doesn't. And so it allows us to keep an eye on overall chain wear, and then we can replace the chain before it becomes too worn and it requires us to replace chain rings and cassettes. So with that being said, if you have any questions, message me. Instagram, Facebook, cyclefix.bike. You can email me directly, keith@cyclefix.bike. I'm pretty responsive, or at least I try to be, and I like all kinds of questions. So hit me up. I'll have more videos of chains. We're going to talk about different aspects of it. So stay tuned. Thanks.